What's up, everybody? So it is Miss Glover, and I'm back with another video. This time my video is a screen recording just so I can make sure you understand how to do word problems. So we already talked about some keywords, and we know that we have keywords that mean positive integers. Can you think of a keyword that mean a positive integer? All right, good job. Now, what about a keyword that may mean a negative integer? Great. All right, so what about a keyword that might mean a zero integer? So I'm going to give you a hint. One of the ones that we discussed in class was break even. Can you think of another one? All right, good job. So now let's go ahead and try to use this word strategy to help us solve these word problems. So the strategy we're using today is called cubes. So cubes, we have the C. The C stands for circle the numbers. So that means we're going to circle all the numbers that we see. The U stands for underline, so we're going to underline the question. The B stands for box, so we're going to put a box around all the keywords. And E stands for eliminate, so we're going to eliminate what we do not need. B for box, E for eliminate. Now, S is the last and final step. Then we can solve the step, and when we solve the step, we have to think, does it make sense? Right? So does it make sense? All right, so let's go ahead and try to solve this example about Charlotte. So Charlotte is playing a dice game with her friends. In the first round, she lost 300 points. In the second round, she gained 450 points. What is her score after the second round? So our first step here is to circle the numbers. So what are the two numbers that you see? All right, good job. So I'm going to circle 300 and I'm going to circle 450. All right, so now it says underline the question. So what is the question asking? So the question is asking, what is her score after the second round? Okay, good job. So we circled and we underlined. All right, the next step is to box the keywords. So I'm going to read the first sentence and you tell me what keywords do you see, if any. So Charlotte is playing a dice game with her friends. Do you notice any keywords? All right, no. So the next one says, in the first round, she lost 300 points. Do you see any keywords? Good job. So lost, so I'm going to put a box around lost. All right, now let's read the next. It says, in the second round, she gained 450 points. Do you notice a keyword there? All right, good job. So gained. So what is her score after the second round? That's the question. So I don't think we have any more keywords that's going to help us. So now we can eliminate what we do not need. So I'm not going to put a line through all of this because I just want to make sure that you're able to read the question. But we do not need all that extra information. We already pretty much got everything squared away and we can solve the problem. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to put an X here because I didn't do it. However, we know what we need. We know what we don't need. All right, so let's go ahead and solve the problem. So she's playing a dice game. She lost 300 points. So if she loses 300 points, is that a positive 300 or a negative 300? Good job. So that's a negative 300. So that means she lost 300 points. All right, then she gained 450 points. So if she gained 450 points, is that plus 450? Are we adding 450 or are we taking away 450 because it's a negative? All right, good job. We're going to add 450 because we know that gain is a positive. So gain is a positive integer and 450. So now we can go ahead and actually solve the problem. So we have our equation written out. Our equation is negative 300 plus 450. Now let's go back and think about adding integer rules. So same signs, add and keep. They do not have the same signs, but different signs you can subtract. So that means off to the side, we're going to subtract 450 minus 300. Once I subtract, I actually get 150. So I know my answer is going to be 150, but I have to figure out, is it going to be a positive or negative? All right, so let's think about it. So the song said we subtract. That was part of our integer rules. Different signs you subtract. But then you take the sign from the highest number. So which number is the highest? 450, good job. And that's a positive. So our answer is positive 150 points. So that means her score after the second round is 150 points. So Charlotte lost 300 points. then she gained 450 points. So when she lost, she was in the negative 300, but then she gained 450 points back. So that means she was able to actually have a total of 150 points. So that's a positive. All right, good job. So we solved that first one, and it does make sense. Charlotte has 150 points after the second round. So now let's try another example. All right, example 2. So we're using the same strategy with cubes. So first we're going to circle the numbers, then we're going to underline the question, box the keywords, eliminate what we do not need, and solve the problem. So the problem says Riley was scuba diving 12 feet below sea level. She dove 8 feet further down. What is her elevation now? All right, so let's circle the numbers. So what numbers do you see? All right, good job. So we see 12 feet, and we also see 8. All right, so I circled. Now let's underline the question. So what is the question asking? Good job. What is her elevation now? Okay, so we got our question. We know what numbers we're using. So it says box the keywords. So I'm going to read the first sentence and you tell me if you see a keyword. So Riley was scuba diving 12 feet below sea level. Do you see a keyword there that may be useful? Good job. So below, and below means what? Think about it. All right, good job. So then she dove 8 feet further down. So it says she dove 8 feet further down. So what's the key word there? Good job. So down. And you could also look at diving. So if you dive, you also dive down. And if you dove, that's the same thing as diving, just a different tense. So we have our keywords boxed. All right, so now eliminate what we do not need. I'm not going to eliminate everything simply because I want to make sure that you're able to see the problem. So I'm going to put an X in that box. So now we can solve the problem. So I'm going to write the expression and then we're going to solve it. So what should our expression be? So we know we're going to have 12, but is it a positive 12 or a negative 12? So it is a negative 12 because she dived below sea level, so that is a negative 12. And then because she dove 8 feet further down, what is that? Good job. So we're taking away. So I'm going to write this expression in two different ways. So you could add a negative 8. Or you could do negative 12 minus 8. Because we know once we perform keep, change, change on the second problem, if we do keep, change, change, which is our subtraction rule, we would still get the first problem. So that's two different ways that you could write the expression. Now let's go ahead and think about our answer. So same signs, add and keep. Different signs, subtract. So we have the same signs. So I want you to go ahead and add and keep and tell me what your answer would be. Good job. So your answer would be negative 20. So that means what is her elevation now? So Riley's elevation now is negative 20 feet. Or you can put it in a complete sentence and say Riley elevation now is 20 feet below sea level because we know she's below, which is a negative, below sea level. All right, good job. So we solved the problem. Now I want you to go ahead and try a few examples on your own. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you practice on your own and you should be able to do the same thing I did. Use the cube strategy. It may help and understand these word problems. Make sure you show all your work. Thank you and enjoy your day.